Hey everybody, welcome into the Friday edition of the Doug Russell TV show right here on sportsradio1250.com. We end off the week the same way that we began the week by picking a name out of the upside-down Milwaukee Braves hat. And once again, we bring in Mike Wickett, co-host of the Doug and Mike show, 5 until 9 weekday mornings here on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. Who do we got?
My boy, Ryan Braun.
Ryan Braun. Now, I say almost every morning that it's an important year for whomever it was. This week, it was an important year for Ricky Weeks. It was an important year for Jeff Suppan. For Ryan Braun, not so much, because we know what we've got with Ryan Braun. He's a budding superstar, had an outstanding first year in left field for the Brewers. Like to see the batting average come up a little bit, hit .324 in his rookie season. Slumped a little bit, at least as far as the average is concerned, but he also had that ribcage injury that really hampered his swing in the last 6 weeks of the season. But when it really counted, the last week of the year, came up with a couple of huge home runs. Walk-off grand slam against the Pirates in the last week of the season, and then that 8th inning 2-run shot against the Cubs on the Days' final regular season day. Those were two of the biggest home runs in Brewers history. Ryan Braun has a flair for the dramatic. He's got absolutely no confidence issues whatsoever. I remember, and I'll always come back to, the day that he was brought up asking Doug Melvin about Ryan Braun and whether or not he had some swagger to him. And the quote that has stayed with me for the last 2 years, Doug, Ryan is a very confident young man. Absolutely, he is a very confident young man, and certainly the face of the Brewers, I think, right now, based on that 7-year contract extension that he signed during last season for $45 million, and that's what's going to propel him in the hearts and minds of Brewers fans everywhere. A couple of other things going on. Of course, Sparky and Tim, they are still down in Arizona and will be through most of next week. And, Sparky this weekend has some time on his hands. I think I know what Sparky's going to be doing. He's just going to be prowling around the Arizona State campus. So, co-eds, beware in Tempe. If you see a little ball of hate walking around, that's our very own Sparky. Just don't pay him any attention, and he'll be fine. Also, we talked about Marquette's loss on a buzzer beater. How much is that going to hurt them on Selection Sunday? I don't necessarily think it's going to hurt them that much, but a heartbreaking game against Villanova, a game they could have won, but regardless, it was nice to see them bounce back in the second half after a disastrous performance, especially shooting the ball to a 20% clip in the first half. Also, Wisconsin takes on Ohio State in the Big Ten tournament. We'll have a review of that coming up on Monday's program as well. Of course, Selection Sunday is coming up this weekend as well. Had an opportunity last night on Thursday night to go down to Discovery World Museum to watch the new documentary, A Braves New World, and I want to thank the filmmaker William Pavletic, who was in the studio yesterday to talk about the premiere, which happened last night, but the broadcast premiere that I'd invite everybody to. If you can't watch it, if you got college basketball that you want to watch, and you want to watch it after Selection Sunday, set your DVR. It'll be on Channel 10 in HD, so Channel 10.1, on Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock on Milwaukee Public Television. Check it out if you're a baseball historian at all. You'll absolutely love A Braves New World, which, again, premiered last night to an audience down there at Discovery World Museum, but it will be broadcast for the first time on Milwaukee Public Television, like I said, Sunday at 3 o'clock. Also, of course, the accompanying book, which is available through the Wisconsin Historical Society, that is called Milwaukee Braves Heroes and Heartbreak. Great book as well that I would definitely recommend. Last night, a couple of Milwaukee Braves were in attendance, Johnny Logan and Felix Mantilla. They were at the private screening. Well, it was a public screening last night, but it turned into a private screening because there were more people that wanted to get in than the theater could hold. Theater that only held about 150. I think they crammed about 175 into the place last night, so it was a great showing. And also Bob Beege was there, noted Milwaukee Braves historian. Marty Greenberg was there. Bud Lee was there. And it was a special evening. And if you want to take a look at exactly what we viewed last night, again, it will be in pretty heavy rotation on Milwaukee Public Television, but the premiere is coming up Sunday at 3 o'clock. That'll do it for this edition of the Doug Russell Television Show right here on SportsRadio1250.com. Hope you have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll talk to you Monday morning starting at 5 on the Doug and Mike Show, cooked up by George Webb Restaurants on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP, and right here at SportsRadio1250.com.
Well, I have sizzle. The target keeps getting farther away. I think I'll just pass on that. We don't think that's the best policy. I don't know that I received any criticism. We all just need to keep getting better. We don't draft based on need.